Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to WhatMap, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Right, it's Monday, we are right back to the top of the workshop looking at the top performing map of the moment, and it's this one. And it's a creator that you should be well versed with. We've done them a few times, and on those occasions we've had one all-star map, yes, a map with 5 in each category, and then the follow-up map, which I controversially denied all-star status because I felt it wasn't quite as striking. It was beautiful, but it wasn't quite as striking and as memorable as its predecessor, Revelstoke. Had the maps been in the other order, there's an argument to say that I would have given 5 stars to it and then had nowhere to go and have to give 5 stars to Revelstoke as well. So I can understand the argument there. Today's map is equally brilliant in many other ways. But first of all, we've got one of these. That's right, clicking that like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day. Thank you for your support. Right, today's map is Portage by Bringer of Fire. Portage maybe, because I know there's a Canadian influence there, but I'm thinking Portage is about right. We've got a really good description. Do read the description. We'll get to that in a moment. There's your start square. Start square, which actually has a highway and a roundabout split over 2 tiles. Very tidily done. The terrain heights, there's plenty of flat buildable space, and most of the slopes are workable as well. The resources, good and strong, lots of ore, bit of oil offshore as well, and some fertile land along the river and coasts too. If you have Sunset Harbour and you want to do some fishing, it's a very strong fishing map also. I'm telling you, lots of class with today's map. Off to the workshop, what do you need? Well, it's a 100% vanilla map. We will be using the Owls Mediterranean alternative theme with the high contrast LUT. Although, strictly speaking, if you don't have them, if you want to play 100% vanilla, you can. It won't be as attractive, that's all. Little tip there regarding shipping. If you want the shipping to look more realistic, you can slow them down using the AVA mod, which is great, except for, in my opinion, I mean, it's great. It will look more realistic, but if you slow it right down, you'll be waiting forever for your cargo to ship in and out and such. So, yeah, you probably don't want to do that, but it's an option. And options are good. Now, Bringer of Fire is, of course, the king of all things bridge pillars. So we've got some bridge pillars there, and we have, I think those are the vanilla custom dam, where you deconstruct the dam. Of course, Bringer of Fire was the legend who first did that. Well, not necessarily first that I know of, but was the one who basically set a whole genre by deconstructing the dam, making a custom dam in a way that nobody had ever done before. And I mean, just amazing, giving us ability to power jump things down under the water by using the dam power. Is it a power box or something? Anyway, pillars here. I can see somebody maybe arguing that they should be angled to keep them sort of like on the banks or something like that, staggered onto the banks. I can see the argument for that. I'll get to that in a moment. This tunnel. So this bridge is done in the style of a tunnel, and it looks amazing. Yeah, there's nobody more influential in terms of actually changing the way that we map makers think about how we use pillars. And that bridge, yeah, going back to that bridge, I can see I'm okay with the pillars as they are, like that. They work for me. But I can see there will be a few of you going, actually, no, the pillars would have been built in a different format. I get it. I'm not grumbling today. Not on that. Very slick bridges and very slick intersections. We'll be seeing very slick intersection in a minute as well. But yes, yeah, nobody more influential. They've basically created whole new genres within the game with bridge pillars and stuff. I mean, what can you do when you've got somebody who? Here we go, another hidden tunnel here. This is so slick. That's actually a tunnel going into a tunnel, and it is smooth as silk. Smooth as silk. I cannot say anything against that. It's beautifully done. Yes, intersections. We've got plenty of slickness going on here. If we pull back, and I'll show you how these loop into each other. So we've got 2 highways coming from this direction. We've got 2 going in that direction, one of which is the highway down into the start square. So let's follow that one. If we come down, I think this is the one that goes under. Yeah, under the bridges. And again, it's just all so smooth, and it's just dreamy. It's just dreamy. When you got us, and the absolute, this is your start square, spiky roundabout. Again, start square and the next tile roundabout. Very nice. But yeah, when you're going, when you're looking at a map that is basically simplistically beautiful, which is what we have here, we've got a highway system that is just clean and tidy, and interesting enough, without being convoluted. There's so much to say for it. There is so much to say for it. You get people that try to be ultra clever and have complex highway systems that are unnecessarily complex. This is fine. Now we've got the big old bridge. Everybody loves a big old bridge. This is really very nice. We have a couple of the highway ramps. You probably want to upgrade those, probably, maybe. And they run up the underside of this double layer bridge. And then either side of that you have the railways, which we will have a look at when we come back this way. Try and get the camera out of there. And then we got, again, great use of the pillars to make a custom, very modern, industrial looking bridge. I think that works very well as well. And then those 2 highway ramps come out the other side as well. So it's access, like a local access road underneath the highway. Very nice, very nicely done. And then the highway will then head off towards the edge of the map down here. Well, we'll meet up with the rail, and then we'll switch across to the rail lines. Again, the rail's been kept really simple. It's clean, it's smooth. It's not overly convoluted. It's just tidily done. Now, if you're looking for next level detailing in terms of pumping in every last idea and the extra trees, but no, this map does not need it. I've not done a tree count on it, but there's clearly not that many trees, but there's enough trees. Oh, and wait till you see this bridge, this rail bridge here. Look at this. Oh, this is just amazing. Bringer of Fire, you need to take a bow. You need to take a bow. Plenty of time's been spent doing that, you know. And they couldn't have done it any better. We'll head down towards that big old bridge in a moment. So yeah, it's been kept simple. It's been kept simple. For me, the trees, the simplicity is great. I'd like to have seen an extra dimension with the trees. I think there's room. Look, the ship's going up the canal there. Beautiful. Yeah, the trees are absolutely fine as they are. I can't mark it. Oh, and this rail goes under here and into an actual tunnel underneath the highway, and that'll pop out in a moment, which we've already seen, but I'll show you that again. But yeah, I'd like to have seen the extra dimension, maybe with an extra variety of tree. Again, I know we're working with vanilla trees, and I know some of them are pig ugly. They are. But I think maybe just finding a third option here. This is that tunnel that emerged we saw earlier on. Finding a third option somehow, somewhere, even if it's just for a little bit of intersection detailing with the purple trees. I'm not saying that's the answer. But I feel that there's room for a little bit extra with the trees. But then the trees are nigh on perfect as they are. So we're talking about knowing when to draw the line, knowing when to stop. And I think Bringer of Fire choosing to stop at this point was not wrong. I'm just wondering what more could be done. Because there's plenty of barren areas, which is great. I like the way the trees. We'll look at the way the trees taper up some of these hills in the second half of the show very, very briefly at some point. Because again, it's simplistic, but excellent, and I've got to love it. Also, you've got to love these.
Very few maps achieve the coveted all-star status. 5 stars for aesthetic, detail, and gameplay potential. To see them all in the All-Star playlist, click the button now.
And of course on that All-Star playlist you'll see one of Bringer's maps as well. If you've not seen it, you've got to go and see it. You have to go and see it. My goodness me, how have you got this far without seeing? I believe they've got 2 maps on the front page now as well of the all-time, which is amazing. Not one that I've checked, but why would Bringer lie about it on the description? They wouldn't. They just wouldn't. So it must be true. Yes. So yeah, 2 maps on the front page. What a star! What a true star! Anyway, shipping routes. I'm just showing you the obvious. I mean, there's no problems with these at all. There's no shipping clipping, nothing going cross country. Got the shipping triangles where they need to be. Again, it's top quality work, which you would pretty much expect from a top quality creator. Water flow. Now, the water flow isn't the strongest, but it doesn't need to be. As long as we've got water motion, and we have. If you have a look down here, this is down by the start square, and there's a little bit of water movement along there. So if you want to pump sewage into your canals, it will be taken away. So anyway, yeah, the simplicity of the map. Where shall we start? Let's start off with these canals, because we've had a look at it only in the black and white mode. It's not black and white mode, but you know what I mean. Again, bridge pillars used to the next level there for these like not quays, wharfs. But anyway, you know what I mean. And also, you don't see enough of these used. The old sea walls. They exist. We all know they exist, but we never use them. And this has been used very cleanly, very concisely, very tidily. And again, there's nothing that anyone would want to do to change those. If you demolish them, apparently they're very hard to replace accurately. So make a decision. Stick with them or get rid of them. Don't mess about with them. Okay? You're being warned. Of course, with these canals, if you are unlocking tile by tile by tile, you will need to let the water settle down for a day or so, in-game day or so. But that's what happens. There's nothing we can do about those things. The rivers look amazing. Again, nice little bit of rock detailing in the rivers just to make it look a bit more interesting. And just the right amount of tree detailing for what I would call the bare minimum perfect. Bare minimum, yeah? Anyway, could always have more. The theme, of course, I miss Owl. I want Owl to come back. This theme's great. Does have one little problem with it, which isn't here, but I just thought I'd come over here. Again, the tree detailing along the coastline here works perfectly. Again, the minimum that we'd really want. Perfect looking beach as well. Like the way the slope's been done to just encourage a few rocks along the shoreline. That didn't go unnoticed. And we got trees in the valley, thick old trees in the valleys, and then it's all kind of cleared along the hills as well. And yeah, let's have a look at the way that the trees blend across here. I really like this. So you got the thick trees, then it tapers out a little bit for the next section, just thins out, and then as we get up here, we get this like smaller, thinner trees, and it's very subtly done. Very subtly done. It could be more polished, but again, I don't think it wants to be more polished. On this map, it does not need to be. Now, speaking of the problem that this theme has, there are a couple of... First of all, let's talk about vanilla rocks and water. It's the only place I found it on the map. We've got a little bit of water glitching right in between the middle of those rocks there. Look how close we are to the edge of the map. Ask yourself, does it really matter at this point? Probably not. Probably not. Also, with the theme, there's a little bit of the alpha channel or something like the... Occasionally you get a bit of glitching along the edge of the road where it ruins and goes into the grass. I found a couple of spots. There was one down here somewhere. Yeah, there we go. A little bit of glitching along here. That said, these areas are very, very few and far between. I think there was another patch over here somewhere. Nope. Was it up here? I'm just trying to think where it was. Let me just check over this start square area. If we've got any glitching in the start square, that is far more important. Not by the pavement, there won't be. How about over on the highway here? That looks clean. Anyway, that glitching was right out on the edge of the map as well, so I think we have to also ask, does it really matter if it's that close to the edge of the map? And I haven't shown you anywhere else. Consider that when it comes to the voting. Right, back down to the start square for the asset of the day. It's a new creator to me, first time on the Cities Skylines top 20 this week. It's Jass with Hoorn 1751. I do believe this is a Dutch building. I didn't get a chance to read on it, but somebody did comment on the top 20 that this is about as Dutch as buildings come, and I would certainly agree. That's certainly how it appears. Now, factoids, because factoids. Remember, this book was written in the 80s, and some factoids become just common knowledge, and sometimes it is so relevant to the day that you go, why is this even being read to me? But I'm going to do it because it's here in the book, and it is proven. You often carry cold viruses in the palms of your hands. Who knew? Who knew that you can carry viruses? I wish somebody could have told me. I would have actually started washing my hands years ago. Anyway, Hoorn 1751 by Jass, today's asset of the day. As we head towards the end of this show, one last thing to show you, but before we get to that, I just want to point out that you'll get a chance to vote on the map. Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. Click the I button in the top right corner of your screen. It'll take you to the voting page where you can vote for free. Now have a look down here. We have a compass, an underwater compass, a bloody giant underwater compass. This has been drawn out with the Second World War trenches. Again, good use of a vanilla asset to create something just a little bit different. And I think that's just a sweet touch. Adds just a little something extra to a map that really doesn't need anything extra adding. And I think all of the credit to Bringer for adding something like that. Right, let's wheel this camera into position and I will tell you what I think of today's map. And it won't surprise you that I rate it. I rate it quite highly indeed. Aesthetically, right, okay, let's say it. I think there is room for a little more wow factor with vanilla trees. That said, it's beautifully designed, it's beautifully detailed. The whole thing comes together really very well indeed. I'm going to go for a very high 4 stars just because I think there's room for more. That's the only reason. Detailing from the king of all things with the custom detailing. There's nothing more I could ask for here. There's the only bit of glitchy water in between some vanilla rocks is basically all I can mark it down on. And some road glitching that honestly I only found 1 point right on the edge of the map. Do you know what? 5 stars. Gameplay potential. All of the credit. All of the credit. There's no reason to mark this map down in any way, shape or form. This is just, again, Bringer of Fire showing that they are the king of map making. I will go 5 stars, of course. And of course, yet another one for the collection. Another seal of approval. Credit where it's due. There's just room for... I think because it's been so lightly detailed, it leaves room for interpretation for the city builder. And that's great. But as the map stands at the moment, I just feel there's potential for an even more wow, and it doesn't need it, so I'm not complaining. Anyway, thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking and for subscribing. Use the words for the day if you're still here in the 20 to prove you're part of the 20 and now elite. And I'll be back tomorrow with another map in the What's Map series. Thanks for watching.